For the first time in a long time, the UCLA Bruins enter the season getting more headlines than USC. So, can Jim Mora's young team take the next step in 2013? To answer that question and much more, we bring in our managing editor, Pete Futak. So, the Bruins have only won 10 or more games once since 1999. Jim Mora led them to 9 wins last year. So, Pete, is this in Pasadena more the product of Jim Mora's coaching or Rick Neuheisel's recruiting?
A little bit of both. It's that all those great recruiting classes are starting to rise up at the same time. Mora did a great job last year of using that young talent. The defense got a lot better, and the offense actually started to move the ball, which is something that just never happened under Neuheisel. The emergence of Brett Hundley, the emergence of Jonathan Franklin last year, that offense started to click in right at the right time, but he did have a lot of talent to work with.
All right, so you mentioned the offense is led by redshirt sophomore quarterback Brett Hundley, who was terrific last year. He threw 29 touchdown passes, just 11 interceptions a year ago. So what kind of help does he need to help get the Bruins back to a BCS bowl game?
Offensive line. Hundley did hold on to the ball a little bit too much. As a freshman, he made a lot of rookie mistakes, but he didn't get a whole lot of help from an offensive line that got him killed on a regular basis. The positive out of all this is they got a ton of talent to work with. Xavier Suafalo is an All-American caliber player, mature for the position. He went on a 2-year church mission. He's ready to become an All-American caliber talent. The rest of the line should emerge and grow a little bit better. As long as he's upright, all of a sudden the offense is going to be a lot better.
All right, let's look at the schedule now. One game that could determine the type of season the Bruins have will be on September the 14th at Nebraska. So if they beat the Huskers in a shootout like last year is what happened. So is this the game that could propel them, you think, to maybe a conference title?
Well, it kind of didn't last year. It was kind of that moment where they beat the Huskers and all of a sudden it's like, okay, wait a minute, we can actually play college football at a high level again. If they can do this at Nebraska, yeah, absolutely, because the Huskers are going to be loaded this year. That is going to be one of those games where America's going to have to say, okay, look out, UCLA might really have it. And then the hammer drops. Here comes the problem. It's the Pac-12 schedule. Washington from the north is going to be a lot better to deal with this year. They got to go to Oregon. They got to go to Stanford. They got to go to Arizona from the south. I think that's going to be a nasty game. They got to go to USC. California is going to be a tough game. Nevada out of conference is going to be a little bit difficult. I think they go 8-4. I think they lose those big 4 road games against Nebraska, Stanford, Oregon, and Arizona, but I think they beat USC to finish up the year.
8 wins this year, you predict, 9 last year, so a little bit of a step back.
They're not going to go to the Pac-12 championship.
UCLA.
No.
All right, Pete, thanks very much. To see the win predictions for USC from this gentleman, Pete Futak, check out our USC preview up on the site right now at campusinsiders.com.